390 Wagon Master here. All right, so I just want to show you guys a project I just finished up. Actually, I still need to go get a little bit of hardware. I need to get some small nuts for the studs on the back of the meter here. I'll show you that in a second. But anyway, so this is an audio output meter, and back in some of the old service manuals, you will see that some service manuals call for an audio meter of some kind. And this is what you use when you adjust sensitivity for a radio when you're doing an alignment. And I usually just watch a scope, but my scope's one of those fancy new digital ones, and it's too herky-jerky for me. I don't really like it, quite honestly. And I wanted to do one of these audio VU meters. I don't know, it kind of depends on what schematic you're looking at, but they want you to be able to put a couple clip leads across your speaker and set the meter. And so let's say you would like set your volume on your radio. So we would turn the radio to 30. And then as we're adjusting the slugs or the coils for input sensitivity, I can watch this go up and down because we're getting the AF signal from the receiver. And this is just smoother for me. I can see this better than I can with my herky-jerky scope. And I've always wanted to do one of these anyway. And I thought this would be kind of cool. It originally started out with this old TIAC VU meter. I think this is like out of a TIAC or an Iowa or something. And I wanted to do this. And then as I was finishing up the project, I found this pretty little meter here. So I decided to go with this. And I don't have the shunt for it. I don't really care. So no enclosure. So I decided to make the enclosure out of a Swisher Sweet box. And this doesn't need to be shielded, so it's no big deal. And what I've done is I've calibrated this for, let's see, top scale here, 50 on the scale is 1.44 volts, or 1/4 of a watt. And so what we would do is we would turn on the CB and, you know, like I say, adjust it for half scale or something. And then as we're adjusting the slugs, we can see it coming and going like this. Anyway, I just wanted to get something visual. And like I say, my new scope, I don't really like it. It's too herky-jerky. So what I have here is I've got a test tone going to my bench radio here, my Randy 2. I get a lot of use out of that. So what I have it now, I've already preset it, but what I have is I have it set so 50 here is 1/4 of a watt. Okay, and that's just as a reference. I just stuck with that, so I was just random. I mean, if somebody asks me, hey, what's the scale, what's the scale for, I can tell you what that is. And so what we would do on a radio like this is we would set it like here, right? Because this has steps, and you can actually hear it, but boy, you can really see it. See, look at that. I'll go from one step to another. See, like that. Now, our ears perceive that as smooth, but you can see it on this scale. That's another reason why I like this larger scale. So let's do this. Let's set up for just over 20. Now when I do any adjustments, all right, to the receiver for sensitivity, I will actually be able to see it. So let's knock it down a couple dB here. See? And here's the deal. When you do this, you can't really hear it. Okay, you can't really hear it, but you can definitely see it. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the inside. Okay, so I have everything set up. I'm setting a 1000 hertz tone into my receiver. And again, this is just to read audio, right? So anyway, there it is. We're sitting at 1/4 of a watt at about, yeah, it's varying a little bit, but 1.45. So that's actually just a hair high anyway, so right dead on. I can't really get this, well, let me see. Well, 137. Anyway, it's low, see? So just that slight, just like that slight change will show up on that, and that's what I want. We're going to really be able to dial a receiver in really nice like that. Okay, so here's what we have. And basically, I'm just reading voltage, AC voltage off of the positive and negative here of the the headphone jack output on that, speaker jack output. Boy, that thing's loud. So anyway, that's how that works. And that's pretty cool. So just any variance. So like we're turning the slug, we're making the receiver a little less sensitive. Bam, you'll see it. Right? So pretty cool. And this is the hardware I'm talking about. I got to go get 3 more nuts and some backup washers to mount that in there. But what I have is I have my 3.5 millimeter mono jack, and with a pretty decently long cord. I'll be able to set this next to a radio, and I'll be able to see it. I'll have my eye right on it, and yeah, it'll be pretty nice. I was also thinking possibly putting some little spring clips on there, some little input jacks maybe, so I could hook, or output jacks, I mean, so I could hook up a speed. Well, it could go either way, the way this circuit is. And then I could put an external speaker on there and have to listen to that toned. No, never mind. But anyway, that's that. So I'm going to hot glue this down now that it's all adjusted. And anyway, that's the circuit right there. Really super basic. Just what, 2, 4, 8, 9 parts. You may be saying, well, those are pretty small resistors there, Wagon Master, and maybe you need to throw a heat sink or something on those. No. I have ran these resistors at 1 watt, which is 2.8 volts out here for quite a while, and they get warm to the touch, and that's about it. But at half a watt and a 1/4 watt, oh heck no, they can go in heat sink. They'll run that way all day long, and they'll just run just a hair over room temperature. And again, we're not measuring for power or anything like that, so we would never put that kind of power into that anyway. These are 2 watt resistors, so we've got about 4 watts of power handling, and unheat synced at 1/4 of a watt. That's nothing. All right, thanks for watching. Please leave questions or comments down below, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.